This video is sponsored by Pouch.
Hi guys, welcome back to Chop's Garage on a very wet and windy day. What we're doing today is tonight I'm going to be putting a late after doing my normal work, and we're going to be getting a full service done on a Suzuki Swift Sport. So those of you new to the channel, I bought a Suzuki Swift Sport as a toy for myself from auction for £1,000 from BCA. The idea being that I could use it for track days. Join my friend Lee at Barham Engines to go on a few track days. I wanted something that was going to cost me peanuts to buy, something I could hop in and drive down to the track day, drive back again, cost me next to nothing. If I do any damage to it, not the end of the world. I've been driving around to check it's okay before I put any money into it. I have to say it's been absolutely perfect. It drives so nicely. Heard a lot of good things about these, and I have to say everything's true. They are absolutely brilliant for the money, absolutely brilliant. So today we're going to bring it in and treat it before we do the track day this weekend, which we're going to. We've had the Michelin Pilot Sports put on the front. We're going to do gearbox oil, engine oil, air filter, spark plugs. I think that's it. We're going to put some. We're going to do an engine flush on it, and we're going to also put some gearbox modifier oil in as well to make sure we protect that for doing the track days as well. This is a particular treat to myself because this weekend it is my birthday, so yeah, so it's a bit of a treat to myself. But before we crack on with that tonight, I do need to nip in and bang a quick message over to Mrs. Chops on what I want for my birthday, which sounds a bit bad, but I don't like getting random gifts for my birthday, so I do like to send her across a list of bits and bobs. I like to give her a list of bits and bobs that I actually need, which are normally car parts and so forth. So with the list I can actually get gifts I actually want and need. And that's probably a good opportunity for me to introduce today's sponsor, Pouch, because I want to make sure Mrs. Chops is getting the best deals even when she's buying my presents. Pouch is a free desktop browser extension that automatically finds and applies the best discount codes when you're shopping online.
Mrs. Chops was impressed when I showed her the last time I used Pouch. I saved £35 on tyres at QuickFit. Now, one thing I told Mrs. Chops I definitely need is more gym gear so I can get that summer body ready. As you can see here on this order, Pouch automatically pops up, finds two codes, applies them to the shopping cart, and finds a saving of £10, 20% off. Pouch works on over 3,000 UK sites like Nike, Gymshark and MyProtein. And they've just launched Pouch Points. Even if there are no live codes available at the time that you're shopping online, you can still earn points from participating retailers which can be redeemed for gift cards. Pouch only takes a couple of clicks to install, and make sure to pin it to your browser.
So get Pouch free right now by clicking the link at the top of the description down below. Now let's crack on and get a Suzuki Swift Sport sorted. So I've already warmed the engine up for it to sort of operating temperature, half temp. Then I have put in a can of Wynn's engine flush. Now I know, I don't know what I've done with the can, I've binned it off somewhere. I don't necessarily recommend Wynn's, it's just a can of engine flush I had. Now, I know there's mixed feelings on engine flushes, that if you don't do them frequently, then you shouldn't do them at all, because it could loosen up carbon deposits that could then block oilways. I don't know how true that is. I just thought if I'm going to try it, I'll try it on one of my own cars. So I've got the engine flush in there, and run that for 20 minutes and drain it off, and then I know I'm going to have a nice clean base to start with. Top up the oil. While that's happened, I've put some W40 on the fill hole and a drain hole on the gearbox to make sure they come out freely. I'll undo the fill hole first, because if that won't free up, then I won't touch it any further, because I won't be able to get oil back in it. I don't want to drain the oil off, then find I've got a problem get it back in the fill hole. So I did buy myself a little pump, which I've got to dig through my crud here to pump the gear oil in. I put gear oil in gearbox all the time, but I tend to make a terrible mess of it. I decided that I would get a little pump that would enable me to do it a bit easier. So we'll change that. So once this has been run for about another 20 minutes, we'll drain off the oil. We will leave that draining while I do the gearbox oil, so that every last drop of it's out, and then we'll swap it over. I won't be changing the air filter because it has got a K&N air filter, so I didn't put that in. I'll just pop it off and check it, hoover it and check it's all clear, excuse me. And then pop the wheels back on. I've left the wheels off for the moment to give myself a bit more access. Obviously I've got it on axle stands here. And then I'm going to pop a bottle of Red X injector cleaner into the tank, fill it up with some super unleaded, run it for the day before the track day. Yeah, I mean, I know these are all things that are going to be very marginal. Excuse me. I know these are all things that are going to be very marginal, but she's behaved herself so well, touch wood. I've been hopping her any time and have absolutely brilliant fun with her. She handles so well for £1,000 from the auction without any hassle. Again, touch wood, you know, it should have been a retail car really, shouldn't it? But yeah, it's been so well behaved. You know, you can hear it's running really sweetly. That it deserves a good makeover. I'd like to polish the headlights and polish the bodywork, like I said, but I just don't see I'm going to have time to do that. So we'll focus on getting the fluids done, and then if she behaves herself at the track, we'll sort the seat out. We'll give the machine a polish, give it a machine polish, and then perhaps some decals, some Chops Garage decals or something on it for when we do next track days. I don't know. I don't know if I want to draw attention to the fact it's me if I'm bombing around the lanes in it. Anyway, we'll shut her off in a second, get that oil drained off. Right, so last the gear oil drain there. It's actually a good colour actually. It's not that dark at all, it doesn't look bad. I can't say whether it's been changed or not, but it certainly seems very clean if it hasn't been all its life. And everything came away freely, so perhaps that's a sign it has been done. So it's time to start topping everything back up. Just got to put the oil filter off first, and then it's time to start topping everything back up again. Oh, in case any of you are wondering why the number plates are off, I took those horrible number plates with the raised lettering on them off because I thought they were Chevy. What's wrong? I can't speak at the moment. I thought they were chavvy as hell. So I went to go down and get them changed down at Moores, but they can't do it for me. And I asked Billy at GSF, he can't do it for me because the doc's not in my name. I haven't registered it in my name. So they're going to have to go back on for the moment, unfortunately. I just want to turn up on a track day with those Chevy number plates, but not much I can do about it really. Fresh oil in. So the K&N looks in good nick, got that out. Want to get to the spark plugs now and swap those out. I've got new ones for that as well. Okay, so again, spark plugs don't look too bad. The NGK, they're correct ones. They don't look too bad. So we'll swap all these out. Now, I've got a feeling this probably has been fairly well looked after, judging by the way things are on it. So I've got my little pump for my gearbox oil. I'm going to stick some Slick 50 in. Again, I'm sure there'll be lots of debate over whether this is actually does anything or not, but these do have a reputation for doing gearboxes. I think that's probably just due to people doing infrequent changes on them. But I'm going to be ragging it around the track, changing gear a lot, so I don't see any harm in sticking it in there. Well, predictably that took quite a bit of time pumping away to get it full up, but it's all in there. So we'll have a start up, check for any leaks before I put the wheels on and lower it back down, and do a final check on the oil level. Well guys, you missed a dramatic few seconds then. I'll give you a few moments to guess what mistake I made, judging by what is in this bucket. So comment down below now. What did I miss in this process that caused this? A few seconds to write. Time over, guys. Yeah, some of you will have guessed it, I'm sure. When I took the old oil filter off, I missed that the old oil seal from the oil filter had remained on the housing because I didn't actually look up there. I did it by feel when I put the new one on. So when I started the engine, as soon as the oil got to the filter, it spurted straight out past the filter seal, up and out. Luckily I only lost a little bit. I've got to double check the level now, but it does mean we're going to have a smoky engine when we start up. So yes, and this is people why you don't do things late at night when you've got no one else around double checking and you're rushing. There we go, all back together. Not as easy to work on as an i10 of course, but the spark plugs are a nice easy place. Just the airbox is a little bit fiddly, but to be honest, all relatively simple. Something you could definitely do at home. And what we've done, spark plugs, gearbox oil, engine oil, oil filter, and check the K&N air filter. Goodness knows how much that service would be at a garage. Yeah, so well worth saving the money because it is easy to work on, really. Right, let's get her running and see how she is. Yeah, all happy, purring like a kitten. I think there's a little loose heat shield at the back somewhere. Other than that, sounds sweet. Obviously we're burning off some of that oil that's sprayed everywhere now, so that'll take a little while to clear, but it did go everywhere. But no, the engine itself sounds good. Right, let's get the wheels on, get it lowered down, and then get home and have some dinner. I think that'll be it for this video, unless we do a little bit of footage of me driving it home and see how we get on with that. Need an almighty clean up in the morning. So I didn't get any footage of me driving the car back after that service work, and unfortunately the track day, Lee had to bail, my mate Lee had to bail because he's got an open top car and it was absolutely pouring down. So I didn't go either. We decided to both boot it onto the next, join the next track day, I think in a month or two's time. Bit of a shame, but anyway, since the service, it has, I've driven it home and back a number of times, and it's absolutely brilliant, guys. I cannot recommend these highly enough. For the money, I think you struggle to have as much fun in anything else. Minis scare me. They're just too much work. They're too fragile. They're too expensive to repair. This thing is super simple, and it just goes. I mean, I've never really had a problem with Suzuki's before anyway. They've always been pretty reliable, but it's not fast, but with those Michelins on the front, you can almost out-handle anything on these country lanes. It really is absolutely brilliant. I can't say whether it performs any better after that big service, but at least we know that everything's been looked after as best as we can. I do keep thinking perhaps I should polish it up and put it up for sale with the rest of my stock, and if someone wants it at the right price, sell it. But I think I want to hang on to this, and I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people who drive probably far nicer cars out there, but this thing owes me probably £1,300–1,400 all in now. I can go out and just rag on it and not have to worry about it at all. I should have not chickened out and just gone and done that track day on my own, because it's just such great fun, really is. And as I said before in previous videos, compared to all the stuff I normally buy from the auctions, this has absolutely no right to be as good as it is straight out of the tin without having to do anything to it other than the service. Yeah, and like I say, we've even got those exhaust pipes lined up. So this is the real end of that video. Yeah, the lesson learned as well is don't work late at night when you've already had a full day and you haven't got anybody checking your work, because you make silly mistakes which could have completely destroyed this car. Luckily I caught it early. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you again soon. Guys, just a quick reminder to please support those companies supporting Chops Garage by getting yourself pouch. Just click the link in the description down below. It's free, it's easy, and it saves you money, so there's no reason not to. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Pouch for being a continued sponsor of Chops Garage.